Welcome to Canadian Armed Forces Fitness, your premier destination for online fitness training in the CAF community. Our mission is to provide dynamic, results-driven fitness programs tailored to meet the diverse needs and wants of our CAF members. Join us for our weekly live and bilingual workouts with options for every fitness level. Engage in our challenges and explore diverse content from mobility sessions to targeted training programs like force evaluation prep. Connect with our community by subscribing to our bulletin and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to stay informed on our latest updates and events. I'm Coach Saul, and together we are CAF Fitness. Indeed, we are CAF Fitness, and indeed, sorry, 1 second. I have to post something in the chat because you know me, I always have to have that Wordly link in the chat. There we go. Boom. Okay, so indeed, we are CAF Fitness, and hello everyone. Welcome to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios, powered by PSP. I'm your host, Coach Saul. Like always, have some water nearby, have space to stretch in, and if there's any movements that don't agree with you in your body, let me know in the comments so I can give you an alternative for those movements. Okay, today we're going to be doing some overhead mobility drills and exercises, and then we're going to be doing some thoracic mobility exercises as well. Okay, so what we're essentially going to be loosening up. You know what? I've known people to injure themselves when they're putting their shirt or their uniform on or something like that, and you know what? That's just poor shoulder mobility, let's say, and maybe even poor thoracic mobility if it's your back that's getting injured in that case. Okay, so before we get started, please make sure that you check out the link in the description, because the link in the description you can find, the link in the chat, you can find Wordly. Wordly is for subtitles, and subtitles, this content oh my goodness, it's one of those days. This content is being translated using AI-based tools. And while we strive for accuracy, AI translations may not capture all the nuances of the original language. Alors, bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio LFA Conforme propulsé par PSP. Je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et si jamais il y a un mouvement qui ne vous convient pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ces mouvements-là. OK? Il y a un lien dans le chat pour Wordly. Wordly, c'est pour les sous-titres où vous pouvez me faire parler n'importe quelle langue que vous voulez. Mais remarquez que ce contenu est traduit à l'aide des outils basés sur l'intelligence artificielle. Et bien que nous nous efforçons d'être précis, les traductions par IA peuvent ne pas saisir toutes les nuances de la langue d'origine. I see I've got a big group on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, I should say. Please read the disclaimer before beginning. That'll be up there for about 5 seconds, but you can always pause it and read the whole thing if you wish. It's also available in the description. Veuillez lire l'avis de non-responsabilité, ce qui est sur l'écran. Si vous voulez mettre pause à la vidéo, on va être ici quand vous résumerez, ou c'est aussi disponible dans la description. Ok, alors, pour tester votre capacité thoracique ou bien au-dessus de la tête for your overhead mobility, I'd like you to grab like a broomstick or something like that. If you absolutely do not have a broomstick, that's totally fine. It can be kind of judged by just using your arms like this, okay? But I would like to, if you can, grab this is a PVC pipe, but if you have a broomstick or something like that lying around, go ahead and grab it. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to lift your hands up and bring your elbows at 90 degrees. Okay, now from there, I want you to straighten your arms over your head. Okay, so I came right from the smarty of my baseball cap here, straight overhead, and I want you to try and just hold it there. Now, from here, if you find that your shoulders are rounding forward and you're trying to kind of push it back, what I want you to do is I want you to try and shrug your shoulders away from your ears, and then I want you to try and get your armpits to face forward. Okay? Now, I just want you to realize what this position feels like. Can you squat in this position? Can you hold this position for a little while? Okay, I want you to think of how this feels like, because what we're going to do is that's the test. We're going to intervene by doing some exercises and some drills, and then we're going to retest. And hopefully, by the end of what we're about to do, you're going to feel a lot better in this position. Okay? And that's simply what mobility is about, right? Being feeling good in all sorts of different movement patterns. Ok, alors on va travailler en premier avec, on va tenir en position d'enfant. Alors je veux que vous avez une place confortable au sol, que vous pouvez vous incliner vers l'avant, vous allonger vers l'avant et vous asseoir sur les talons. Mettre la tête entre les bras et je veux que vous mettez les oreilles à côté des biceps. Grande respiration. Je veux que vous mettez maintenant votre main droite par-dessus la main gauche. Et maintenant la main gauche par-dessus la main droite. Des fois, ça prend des mouvements, des fois, ça prend les positions statiques. On revient au milieu et on met la tête de nouveau entre les bras. Très bien, et on se redresse. Maintenant, si vous avez une place plus élevée, comme une boîte, une chaise, le canapé, n'importe quoi, pour mettre vos coudes dessus, très bien, ça va vous aider à gagner plus d'amplitude de mouvement. Mais si vous avez que le plancher et vous-même, comme moi, je veux que vous me copiez, ok? Alors, mettez vos coudes sur la boîte, le canapé ou quoi que ce soit, et mettez maintenant comme les coudes sont là. Je veux pas que vos avant-bras le touchent. Les coudes sont là et que vous mettez vos mains ensemble quand vous priez et on va passer la tête entre les coudes. Ok? Si vous êtes au sol, il faudrait simplement faire la même chose que Child's Pose, mais sur les coudes. Vous allez sentir ça dans vos grandes dorsales ainsi que les triceps. Respirez, inspirez du nez, souffle de la bouche. Très bien, on se redresse. Avant d'aller au prochain exercice, je veux retester parce qu'on vient juste d'intervenir dans notre mobilité. Maintenant, on va retester notre mobilité. Alors soit que vous faites vos mains à 90 degrés approximativement et que vous étendez vos bras comme ça au-dessus de la tête avec les oreilles à côté des biceps. Très bien. Sinon, si vous avez une manche d'une balai ou quoi que ce soit, vous le mettez au-dessus de la tête, vous pressez juste au-dessus et vous trouverez que c'est plus facile de garder cette position et même vous pouvez faire des trucs comme des fentes ou des squats avec le balai au-dessus de la tête. Ok, alors on a testé, on a intervenu et on vient juste de retester pour voir la différence entre le début jusqu'à maintenant. Maintenant, on va passer à un mouvement qui s'appelle Wall Angel. Now we're going to go on to a movement called Wall Angel. This one is difficult. I'm warning you right now, okay? But it definitely helps us move through a range of motion in this position, okay? So what I'd like us to do is I'd like us to find a wall, okay? And if you don't have a wall, you can just lay down on the floor. I'm pretty sure everybody has a wall at home, but if you don't have a wall at home, then you can just lay on the floor and do these movements that I'm going to be describing, okay? So I want your feet to be out 45 degrees from the wall, or maybe 35, whatever, but it's just because I want your lower back pressed into the wall while you're doing this. I actually don't want you to arch your back. We're going to get into that when we're talking about thoracic mobility later, okay? But I want you to be pushing your lower back against the wall and not arching your back at all. Okay, so pushing that lower back into the wall. Then what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands over your head. Okay, already this might be challenging, so make sure that you breathe and you don't panic and tighten up your muscles here. Okay, so from here, I want you to reach your elbows back, and I want you to try and touch your elbows to the wall as you scrape the wall and bring your elbows down into your rib cage. Okay, now from there, I want you to inhale. As you exhale, press your hands against the back of the wall. Okay, and then what I want you to do is I want you to keep this position and just go up and down as high as you can without taking your hands and elbows off the wall. And back down. We're going to do this 5 times together. Okay, so keep your back pressed into the wall if you can. If it comes off a little bit, that's fine, but try and do your best. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keeping those elbows as close to the wall as possible. Inhale and exhale. If your hands and elbows are not touching the wall at all, that's fine. I don't want you to stop doing it or say that you can't do it. I want you to work through this here, okay? Again, inhale and exhale. Nice job. All right, we can relax here. Now we're going to open up the chest a little bit and the shoulder, the anterior shoulder, the front of your shoulder, by doing the door frame stretch. You can either find a door frame or a little bulkhead in the wall here, okay? I'm going to use my rack here because I have one. Put your hand against that door frame or even the wall. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. Then I just want you to turn away. Okay, turn your hips away from the wall. Lean into the wall and continue turning away. Okay, you're going to feel a nice stretch in your pec and the front of your shoulder. Deep breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1, and let's change over to the other side now. So hand on the wall, rotate away, lean into the wall, and continue turning away. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. And we're breathing, and we're smiling. In through the nose, out through the mouth. If you found that wall angel really challenging, then that means that it's something that you should do more often. I know me, I find it very challenging, and it's something I should do more, right? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breaths. And relax. All right. Grab your PVC or your broomstick or whatever it is. Place it on your head, 90 degrees with the elbows. Press that overhead. Turn those armpits towards the front, which is probably a lot easier to do now that we worked our mobility, right? Now, if you're sitting back here, that might mean that you're a little hypermobile, and you got to be careful with that sort of thing because when you're pressing overhead, for example, then you might go into a position where your shoulder will be vulnerable. So you got to make sure, try to keep it directly over your head, which is why this is such a nice tool to use as well. All right, great job. Everyone, let's put that off to the side for now. Now we're going to be working a little bit of thoracic mobility, okay? Quand nous parlons du thorax, on parle du milieu du dos. Du bas du cou jusqu'au milieu du dos, c'est le thoracique, ok? Alors, on va commencer avec le cat cow et c'est ça va être notre jugement. Pardon, ça va être notre premier exercice, mais je veux que vous mettez au sol, ok? Et maintenant, ce que je veux que vous faites, c'est que je veux que vous montez les bras au-dessus de la tête, comme nous venons juste de faire contre le mur. Et je veux maintenant que vous voyez ce que je fais avec mes talons. Je glisse mes talons vers le bas. Mais si jamais votre dos décolle du sol, je veux que vous recommencez dans cette position. Okay, so from here, I want you to extend your legs, pushing your low back, like tensing your stomach and pushing your low back into the floor. Slide your heels out, keeping your back on the floor, reaching overhead, keeping your back on the floor. Okay, squeeze your bum if you need to, keeping your back pressed into the floor. Very nice. Now, if you find that either your back is arched right now, so your back is off the floor and you can slip your hand underneath, or if you find that it's like super difficult but you're able to keep it down, hopefully you'll be able to improve the feeling in the next whenever we do the exercises. Okay, so cat-cow is going to be the first thing that we're going to test. Oh, my pass fell out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go on all fours. Okay, mettez-vous à quatre pattes. On va faire cat-cow et on va commencer avec une flexion-extension du thorax. Ok, alors extension en premier. On va inspirer en levant la tête, en baissant le nombril, le nombril, et on va lever aussi les fessiers. Et ça, c'est l'extension. Là, on va aller en flexion. On va amener les hanches vers l'avant et on va courber le dos. On va arrondir le dos jusqu'au max. Okay, on pousse les mains au sol. Okay, on revient en extension. Inspirez. Et expirez. Inspiration. Expiration. Inspiration. Expiration. C'est quelque chose qu'on devrait faire à chaque jour pour mobiliser toutes les vertèbres dans notre thorax. Très bien, très bien. Ok, là, on va passer maintenant au twist, thoracic twist, T-spine twist au sol. Ok, on va se mettre sur le côté, allonger les bras devant nous, on va plier les genoux à 90 degrés. Okay, et vous pouvez même, pour garder les jambes collées ensemble ou collées contre le sol, on peut mettre le pied en haut, en dessous du genou, en dessus. Ok, en dessous, je veux dire. Ok, je mets les deux mains, un par-dessus l'autre. Je prends une grande respiration. Et maintenant, je ouvre ma cage thoracique et j'essaye de toucher non seulement le genou ou les genoux au sol, mais aussi de toucher les deux omoplates au sol. Si, comme moi, ce n'est pas possible en ce moment, ce n'est pas parce que nous sommes nuls ou nous ne sommes pas capables de le faire. C'est parce qu'il nous manque un peu d'amplitude de mouvement. C'est tout. Très bien. On revient vers l'avant et on peut juste vérifier que tout va bien. Là, on va le refaire, mais on va ouvrir la cage 5 fois tout en respirant. OK? Inspiration et expiration. On revient et on ouvre. On revient vers l'avant et on réouvre. On revient vers l'avant et on réouvre. Et dernière fois. Très bien. Et on revient vers l'avant et on va changer de bord cette fois-ci. Okay, so make sure you take your time because we've just been like staying in that position and then going back and forth from being kind of in a twisted state into like gliding back to normal. So I want you to make sure that you're not moving too quickly, excuse me, while you're twisted, while your spine essentially is in a twisted state. Lots of tension there. Okay, so reaching your arms out in front of you, bend your knees 90 degrees. You can put the top foot underneath the bottom knee if you wish, makes it a little bit easier. I like to also hold my knee this way. Reaching my arm out in front of me, deep breath. Not only do I want my knees on the floor, but as I open up, I want to try and get both shoulder blades to the floor. And we're going to stay here for a while. So while we're hanging out, don't forget to breathe. Okay, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you may feel tighter on this side. Not only are we doing the opposite of what we just did, but also we always are a little bit have more range of motion on one side than the other. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and in through the nose, out through the mouth. Very good. All right, coming back in front now, so closing that up. Now we're going to open 5 times together, okay? So inhale and open. Inhale, come back and open. Inhale, come forward and open. Inhale and open. And one more time. Try and open all the way up. Get those omoplates on the ground. And exhale. Good. And come on forward. And then we can sit up again. And we got to be careful. Maybe we do a little bit of side bending. Make sure we're okay. A little bit of extension, a little bit of flexion. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to retest before we do our last 2 interventions for our thoracic spine. Okay. So I'm on my back. What was the test? Okay. Legs out in front of us with the knees bent, arms above us. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my hands as I straighten my legs, keeping my heels on the floor and keeping my back on the floor as well. Boom. And as soon as your hands touch and then your legs are all the way on the floor, and your back is able to stay down, the lower back and the upper back. Okay, last thing we want is to arch the back here, so push, squeeze your abs. Boom, and just hold that position, which should be a little bit easier than maybe you found it earlier. 3, 2, 1, and we can come on back up. All right, now for this next one, I call it the bottom squat arches. Okay, for bottom squat arches, you may find it easier to do with like a weight in front of you. So if you have like a very light dumbbell or kettlebell that you can kind of hang on to or hug while you do this, great. The reason I say that is because some people are kind of unstable in the bottom of their squat, which is totally fine. It's normal. Okay, so if you do find you have that, then you can grab something to weigh you in front. I don't think a pillow would be enough, for example, but it could be like a backpack or something like that. If not, then that's totally fine. Maybe elevate your heels on something like a book, or if you have a heel lifter, heel risers, then do that. Okay. I simply am going to cross my arms and then get down into the bottom of my squat. Okay. So I'm going to get down here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to work on arching the upper back and then rounding in the bottom of your squat. Okay, so we're kind of relaxed. We're rounding our back here. This is not our natural position here. So we're going to inhale, press those feet into the floor and arch the back. Exhale, good, and inhale and exhale. And you may have like a back spasm or something like that. Then get out of this. Inhale, exhale, 3, and then get back into it. And inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, chin to chest, 5. Inhale, and 6. Inhale, 7. Inhale, 8. Inhale, 9. And inhale, and 10. Arching the back as much as possible. All right. Now, from here, if you want to come out of the bottom of your squat or something like that, do so. If you want to stay there, great. We're not going to do bottom squat rotation. So we're going to be in the bottom of our squat, sitting down, and then we're simply going to get your elbow inside the knee and then rotate to reach up. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now if you're not as low as me, that's totally fine. I work a lot to get my squat position to where it is. Okay, so don't think it's just happened overnight. Put a chair or put something underneath you to help your range of motion, accommodate for your range of motion. Okay, all right, we're going to do some squat rotations, 10 of them, and then we're going to retest our thoracic mobility. And then guess what? We're going to wrap it up for today. All right, so we're in the bottom here. Hands together, elbows inside the knees, and now reach down and up. Inhale and rotate. Inhale and rotate. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 6, inhale, 7, breathe in and out, breathe in and out, breathe in, and last one. Beautiful. Guess what time it is? Time to lay down. Time to retest how we feel in this position here. Keeping our back completely flat on the floor. Heels in. Now slide the heels out while maintaining that back on the floor. No arching. Arms over top of the head as soon as your hands touch the floor, as soon as the backs of your legs touch the floor. Wow. Your back is on the floor. That's good. Now what happens if you're arching a little bit and to get your hands on the floor? Don't arch. Even if it means that you can't touch the floor with your hands or your backs of your legs, that's totally fine. Let gravity do its work a little bit. Or that's what we're working on here. You can repeat these movements as well. And time. All right, so mobility does not happen overnight. We got to make sure we practice it every day. Got to keep our joints nice and lubricated. Okay. Well done, everyone. Deep breaths. Okay, you can do your box out breathing exercises. Just a reminder that after the weekend, so Monday starts our new schedule. So we're no longer going to have class on Wednesdays. We took that out because of the steady state of this program is becoming a little bit much to maintain that balance. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making fewer lives, but they're going to be a little bit longer, and hopefully you're going to be able to get the same benefit out of them. Okay, all right. Well done, everyone. Bonne journée tout le monde. Bien fait aujourd'hui. N'oublie pas que lundi commence notre nouvel horaire. Alors, allez, tu peux checker ça sur notre site web csbmfc.ca/fac en forme pour nos nouvelles heures de live. Mais ça va rester le même. Lundi, mardi, jeudi, mais on enlève le mercredi. OK? Merci tout le monde. Bonne journée, bon week-end. J'espère que vous avez aimé cette séance de mobilité et on se voit lundi. Ciao, ciao.
Bienvenue aux Forces armées canadiennes en forme, votre destination principale pour l'entraînement physique en ligne dans la communauté des facs. Notre mission, c'est d'offrir des programmes de conditionnement physique dynamiques et axés sur les résultats, conçus pour répondre aux divers besoins et désirs des membres des facs. Rejoignez-nous pour nos séances d'entraînement hebdomadaires en ligne, en direct et bilingue, avec des options pour tous les niveaux de forme physique. Participez à nos défis et explorez notre contenu varié, des séances de mobilité aux programmes ciblés tels que la préparation pour l'évaluation force. Connectez-vous avec notre communauté dynamique en vous abonnant à notre bulletin et en nous suivant sur Facebook, Instagram et YouTube pour rester informé de nos dernières mises à jour et nos événements. Je suis Coach Thor et ensemble, nous sommes les facs en forme.